Hey everyone, and welcome to IsmsBy Josie. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of this video series, making this gingerbread man from HEJIN. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So you guys, we took a break after we reached the gingerbread hair in the last video. We got up to round 5 and I was at a little loss, but I did look it up and now I know what to do. So we are going to continue in this part 2. The part 1 video was already getting long anyway, and I have editing problems when it's too long. So it was probably best that I did a part 2 now anyway. So let's continue with what we're doing. We're on round 5 doing the gingerbread hair. We got to do a skip, 3 double crochet in the same hole, and then a slip stitch. And we have to do that 8 times to total 32 stitches. And then we're going to slip stitch the end and fasten off with a long tail. Okay. That was a lot for one round, but we can do this. So because we know we're going to be working with double crochet now and throughout this round, we are going to create the height for that, and I'm going to do a chain 2. Okay, so the next move is to skip. So I'm normally would stitch in this next stitch here. We're going to skip that one. And then we're going to 3 double crochet in the same hole for the next one. So let's yarn over. Remember, we're skipping this one. We're going to go into the next one. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So that's 1 double crochet. We're going to do this 2 more times. Yarn over into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. 1 more time, yarn over into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have our 3 double crochet here. Our next step is to do a slip stitch, and we're going to slip stitch into the next hole. So that's this one right here. Stick your hook into that stitch, yarn over, and draw through all loops. So we're creating this little hump. Doot. Okay, so now we have to do this 7 more times. So it was easy enough, hopefully, and I'll walk it through 1 or 2 more times with you guys. So we are going to do, we're going to skip the next stitch, and then we're going to just do a 3 double crochet into the next stitch. So skip this one, into the next one, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. 2 more times, yarn over, into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, into that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And once that's done, do a slip stitch into the next stitch here, yarn over, pull through all loops. We got to do this 6 more times. Yarn over, skip this stitch into the next one, double crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. 2 more times, into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. 1 more time, into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And then we're going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through all loops. So you just got to do this 5 more times. I'm just going to call them out now. Yarn over, skip the next stitch into the next one, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch. I have to repeat this 4 more times. Yarn over, skip this stitch, go into the next one, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and then a slip stitch in the next stitch. You just have to do this 3 more times, yarn over, skipping this stitch into the next one, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, then we're going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch, yarn over, we're going to skip this one into the next one, 3 double crochet. We're doing this 2 more times. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch. And then we're just going to do this 1 more time. Yarn over, skip this stitch into the next one, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to remove this marker here. We've got to do a slip stitch, and then we pretty much are gonna fasten off with a long tail. So let's get this long tail. I don't know how long it needs to be. Cut it around here, and I'm going to yarn over, pull through the loop all the way through. And then we're going to tighten it up to fasten it off. And there we have our hair. And you know what? In the video, they chained 2. And I think that's where they messed up too, because I think they should have just not chain the 2 and just right away do the 3. You know, and I don't want to unravel the whole thing and do it over, so we're just gonna have a hole here. But check it, check the QR code in the beginning of the book. For those that are just popping in, they do have QR codes here. I scanned this one. It has instructions, video instructions for each character. I went to this section of doing the hair, went to round 5, and she chained 2. So anywho, we're gonna do the pom-pom and the bows next, so I'm gonna go grab some red. And like I said, they give you every color you could possibly need to do this. So this is gonna need a magic loop. You just gotta yarn over twice, take your middle finger, hold that down. You want to take your hook and stick it under all 3 pieces. I want to bring it back, have this hook catch this piece and pull it under these 2 pieces. Then to close this off, I'm going to yarn over, and then I'm going to pull a loop through that one. And so now the magic loop is closed. You can slip this off, and then we're going to do round 1. This is going to be a nightmare because this pom-pom is so super tiny. Okay, so we have to do 5 single crochet stitches in the magic loop. Okay, So let's chain 1 to get that height, and then we're going to do this single crochet stitch into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's a single crochet stitch. Let's do it again. We have to do this 5 more times. Into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have 2. We just got to do this 3 more times. Into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. We have 3. We got to do this 2 more times. Into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. 1 more time. Into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now that we have 5, okay, I'm going to pull this end piece here, and I'm going to keep an eye out for the front and the back loops. I'm going to see which one is going to go in first. So pull on that end, hold the stitches, and slowly start pulling. You see that the back loop is pulling first. Because we want this to go in too, it'll be harder if you just pull it all out. What we're going to do is pull this end out from that back loop, and that's going to start pulling the front loop in. And this is the whole magic loop idea. Like they're doing it to where you can close the center of your project here. See how now it's tightening up and it has no more hole. Then we can go into this end piece and pull the rest of that yarn through. And now we have a nice round, no holes. I'm going to count back 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to stick my needle in here, front and back loops. And then I'm going to yarn over and pull through all loops. And then we have our round. I'm going to mark this off here so I know where I started and ended. Okay. So now for round 2, I have to do 5 single crochet stitches, so that's simple enough. It's just real tiny. So we're going to do a chain to get that height, and then we're going to do 5 single crochet stitches. Now it's not going to be this little piece here. That one was fused with that one when we did the slip stitch. So into the next stitch, I'm going to start my first single crochet stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. 4 more times a single crochet stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to remove this marker here and do this one more time. So the good side wants to fold in. I want you to fold that back out. Just fold it out. Okay, so now I'm going to count back 5 stitches and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The needle into the 5th stitch, yarn over, and pull through all loops. Okay. So now we just have to fasten this off. I have my long tail here. Gonna yarn over, pull that through all the way, and then tighten it up. And I have my pom-pom. I'm going to stick this excess piece in here just to get that out of the way. It's going to act as stuffing for my pom-pom as well, so that works out. I'm just going to use this hook to kind of push this down even more because we don't need that. So now I have my pom-pom. Okay, let's move on to the bows. Start with a red bow, and we're going to make another magic ring. I wonder if there's a difference between magic ring and magic loop. I don't think so. I mean, I think there is a difference. So okay, this is what I do with the magic ring. I know there's a magic ring. I normally use a magic ring. This is my first time doing these Amigurumi characters from both Crafter Square and HEJIN that I have to do the magic loop. I think the magic ring is different. So we're gonna pinch the ring finger and the pinky and the thumb on one end, and the middle finger and index finger on the other end. And then I have my needle. I'm gonna lie it perpendicular to the yarn. We're gonna go down, up and around, so you can, there's a loose loop around that. I'm gonna hold the loop in place, gather up some yarn here on my finger. I'm gonna grab the end, pinch it at the end. I'm gonna slide the hook towards that end there. And just enough to have room in this loop. I'm then gonna pinch both the end piece and the piece behind it. I'm going to yarn over and pull through that loop, and then now I'm going to pinch that end piece and I'm going to slide this knot all the way down, trying to get close to the end as possible. And then I'm going to take the end and pull that to make the knot a little tighter, and then I'm going to slip the knot closer to the hook. So okay, I'm not gonna lie, I went back and I double checked what this magic ring was. It's not what I thought it was, so we're just gonna undo this. Sorry guys. We're gonna do the magic loop. If you went to the website and saw how they do their magic loop, it's completely different from how I showed you, and a little complicated, so good luck with that. But I'm gonna do the magic loop, and again, yarn over 2 times, hold it down with your ring finger into underside these 3 pieces. We're gonna grab this piece and pull it under the 2, and then yarn over and pull it through that loop, and then we're going to remove this off our finger. Okay. So then we're supposed to do this chain 1, 1/2 double crochet, chain 1, slip stitch, chain 1, 1/2 double crochet, and chain 1. Slip stitch N and fasten off with long tail. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, so let's try it. We're gonna chain 1. Okay, then we're gonna 1/2 double crochet, which is yarn over, put this into the magic loop, yarn over again, yarn over, and then draw through all 3 loops. Then we're gonna chain 1 and do a slip stitch. So into the ring, yarn over, draw through all loops, and then we're gonna chain 1, and then we're gonna 1/2 double crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all the loops, sorry, and then we're going to chain 1, and then I guess we have to do a slip stitch. So to do that, I am going to pull this end piece here, see which one goes first like we did last time. It's the back loop, so now I'm just going to pull this so that the front loop can go with it. And you want to do this till that loop disappears, like that. Then once that's gone, we're gonna pull this excess piece here till that all the yarn's out of there. And then I'm going to go back to the first stitch that we made, that chain, and I'm going to put the hook in there and do a slip stitch, yarn over, pull through all loops. Don't even, okay. And then I'm going to fasten off. Well, this was kind of like a crappy bow. Okay, it said long tail. I have my long tail here. But I'm going to yarn over, pull this through. I'm going to tighten it. So it kind of wants to fold in on itself. It looks like they wrapped it twice. So let's not get crazy here. We know they cheated. Let's see, let's fold the good side out. And then I guess somehow tuck this in, or maybe you can cut it. Yeah, this is so small, we're gonna cut it. So yeah, push the good side out. It's kind of looking like a heart. But I'm guessing you gotta do a wraparound twice or 3 times. I'm just gonna slip this through. It is what it is, right? Make it work, because that bow instruction was just atrocious. Okay, now we got our quote-unquote bow. It's not the prettiest, but oh well. Okay, so now we're gonna assemble this. Let me put my marker away. I'm going to pull out my needle. I'm going to sew on some eyes first. So let's go back to the head directions. I'm going to slip this through, and this is only if you didn't use the plastic beads. I'm not using the plastic beads, they're a choke hazard. I'm going to find a nice side. You can kind of tell where you slip stitched the face, so let's choose the opposite side here. And then it says add the eyes between rows 6 and 7, about 4 stitches apart. So 1, I'm going to count this with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one's 7. So we're doing the eyes in this row right here. Then we have 1 stitch, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to go right outside here. And I'm just going to tie up a little tiny eyeball. So I have a little bit of excess that I'm going to try to tuck away in here. So try to stuff it in like that. And then I'm going to do this one more time. And then I'm going to kind of go inside like this to make like a knot. So now we have a nice eyeball here. Just so I don't have to keep cutting it, I'm gonna sew it through the other side. I'm gonna count 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna come up on this side right there. And I'm gonna fish this through. And then I'm gonna do the other eyeball. So it's gonna go through 1 pass. And then it's going to go through 1 more. I'm going to tighten that up. And then I'm just going to cut off somewhere here. And then I'm going to take my hook, stick it through the bottom here, work my way to this side, grab that excess and just fish it through inside the head. So that's gone. So I got my 2 eyes. Okay, let's get back to the rest of this. Okay. Oh, it shows you how to finish it, and it does show you to wrap it around that bow. So okay, all right, we're gonna put the hair on the head and sew it to the head, then sew the pom-pom to the hair, then you know, typos, it happens. Okay, so I have my hair. I want the pretty side up. Let's put this here like this. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my needle, and I have more than enough extra of my white tail there, so I'll have no problems sewing this hair on. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to start sewing this so I'm just going to start just going up through the head, up through the hair. And then I'm going to continue my way around. And you just want to go all the way around. Okay, then I'm going to try to hide this in here by doing one of these things. I'm going to cut this piece. I'm going to grab my hook, come up to this piece here, grab that excess and fish it through the head. I'm going to fold this down a bit. Okay, so we have the hair. Cute. Then we have to sew the pom-pom to the hair. I'm going to thread this through, tie it up here. Okay. Then I have to sew on the pom-pom. Let's just stick it through here. I'm gonna and then I'm going to try to hide this. So I'm going to try to just sew these pieces from underneath the hair. I'm going to go in here like this, and then I'm going to pull it tight. Cut a little bit of that excess, go in through the head, and then I'm going to grab the excess here and I'm going to pull it inside there and try to tuck it away. Okay. Pom-pom done. Alright, so now we have to do the bow, and we have to sew the bow between the head and the collar. So that it looks like this. And I don't believe I got enough excess, so this is not going to be too fun. But I'm going to try it. Slip through this. Sorry if I'm out of frame, you guys. You just have to make it work, really. There's not unless you know how to sew properly, and I don't have a method. You just gotta do it and try to tuck it so that nothing is visible, and hope for the best, of course. So I'm gonna stick this, try to stick it in the middle. Okay. I'm going to come back in here. I don't know how I'm going to sew this together, but I'm going to go around and then one more passing, get in there. Now the only thing I can think of, let's flop this inside out. I don't know, try to fish this through. So we have that. And then I'm gonna try to, see, I ran out of yarn. I'm gonna try to fish this end in here like this. There you go. I'm going to tighten it up towards the head. Just keep pushing that and pulling it and making it as tight as you can. Then I'm going to grab my hook and go through this head there, and I'm going to fish that in there, tuck that away. And then I have my bow. It's not perfect, but I think it'll work. Okay, I'm actually gonna stuff this a little bit more. The head's too squishy for my liking. I'm assuming they're gonna ask you to seal these holes, but I can do that down the road. I want to see how much stuffing I have left, to see if I can, at the end of making these characters, now you can save your stuffing for another copy of the characters if you want to give multiple sets to people, but I'm just going to leave it open for when I'm done. I'm going to take any of the remaining stuffing and divide it between the 5 and just stuff the heck out of it, because these heads are not filled at all. It just says fill the bottom half, or the lower bottom of the head. That's not enough stuffing. But anyway, here is our pieces. I mean, our gingerbread man. I'm gonna put this away, and then I'm gonna pull out the other 2 that we've done so far. So let me get that out for you guys now. Okay, so here is our main character for tonight, the gingerbread man. This is the cute elf that we did the last video. And here is the snowman, the first one that I did off of this kit. Look how cute these are, you guys. We have 2 more left. I'm gonna be able to do this before Christmas, so this is gonna be great. I really am happy that I'm punching these out for you guys. And then also I'm going to be doing some pot holders and some hats that you can make for yourselves real quick. Like legit, I went over to extended family's house and I didn't have a stocking, and they were going to give me a sock, and I wasn't about that life at the moment, so I actually did have a bag of yarn. Like I used to travel with yarn because I was a little, you know, no, I don't know. But I sat there for a good hour or so knitting my own stocking. So I'm going to teach you guys how to knit a hat so you guys can knit yourselves a hat. But these are my characters so far. Look how cute. I mean, this kind of looks like a pastry guy, maybe. But, yeah, can't wait to do the other 2. We have Santa and Rudolph. But Thank you so much for joining me today, you guys, on this 2-part video series making the gingerbread man. Keep a lookout for the Santa and the reindeer. And then also I do nail videos as well, so check those out. I'm currently doing daily Christmas nails. If you want any ideas for you to try on your own nails. And then I do have a Worldly Josieisms video on Thursday, and it's pretty much putting a country on a nail set, so those are always fun. And then I have my lives on Friday. We'll be doing an unboxing this Friday. And then also Saturday is my night at the Improv, where the viewers control my design. You leave a word and it's chosen out of a spinning wheel, as well as the number of colors I have to use, minimum at least. And then I have my 3 required decorations that I can use on top of any other decorations, as long as I have those 3. So sometimes it gets a little crazy because some of those decorations I do not like to use, but it's all the odds of the wheel. So thank you so much for joining me, you guys. This is IsmsBy Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.